Welcome to The Craze in 10 or Less. This is the show where I give it to you in 10 minutes or under, and if I don't, these are the breaks. Anyway, why are you doing this to yourself? What's the matter with you, huh? You're biting off more than you can chew. Don't spend more than you make. That's the topic of the day. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. Stop acting up. Let's get it. All right. This is the pot calling the kettle black. I'm the pot. So, here it is. You know, one of the things I learned over the years, and it's been a hard lesson. How hard was it? Stop asking. It's been a hard lesson. And the reason why is because we all want to make an impact at Comic Cons. We all want to be over-prepared instead of under-prepared. And because of that, we wind up spending more than we actually need to. Why? Right? And I think there's a thing in us that we just don't want to not look professional. We don't want to look like we don't have our snizzits together, right? We don't have our stuff together. And so what happens is we book a show. It's 3 months down the road. You're like, I got enough inventory. I'll be good for it. And as you get closer, it's like, well, maybe I need some more prints. And you get it closer. Maybe I need some more stickers. Well, maybe I should have a few more copies of my books. Let me hit up the printer and get some more copies. Or maybe I should, and maybe my banner's not, maybe, and it just compounds, and you never feel like you're enough, and you never feel like you're gonna make a statement. You think you're gonna get lost in the weeds, and people are just gonna bypass you because you look like Joe Schmo from the corner with a lemonade stand, and all you have is a couple of lemons and a squeezer, and you have a Tupperware to put the lemon juice in, but you just got lemons, a squeezer, and no water, and no sugar, and no nothing. And they're like, yo, why am I gonna buy a lemonade from you when I can go over there where they have everything? They have a blender, they have a nice little setup, they got an awning, right? Here's why. So, all you need is your comic book, if you're a comic creator, and a table to start out with. Keep it simple. You know how many times I've gone to convention and I see the guy who just has copies of his book and maybe a sticker or maybe a print, and that's it. They don't even have a tablecloth. They're using the convention table spread, right? You know, the convention provides that white top, blue little wraparound, right? Or if the convention did not provide that wraparound, they probably just had a regular black tablecloth that they got at Walmart or whatever it was. But I see them do so well. Why? Because everyone likes the underdog. Everyone, and it's more about your pitch and your relationship building with the consumer than it is about presentation. Presentation is great. Believe me, you see my videos. I'm always trying to make it bigger and better, more elaborate, right? But what is going to drive it home is the conversation, is the piece. So stop putting, if you're new to this. And again, this is one man's perspective. Don't come after me. This is my perspective based on my experience. It isn't like what Sam says is everyone has to do. No. You got to take pieces of what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and make it your own. What I'm saying is, a couple of things. Number one, don't book conventions you can't afford. That's where we failed the first time, right? Because that adds the pressure. So those big conventions, the $600 tables, the $400 tables, those big conventions, right? They come with big expectations, and you feel like you got to make back that table. And if you have to take a plane, you got to make back that plane. So now you want to go out and print all this stuff and have all this stuff prepared for these events because there's a lot at stake. But if you can't afford it, don't book it in the first place. So this way you don't put this pressure on your shoulders to have all this other stuff, because it's not just that. Because if you're flying, you got to ship that stuff. That's an added cost. And there's a hotel, that's an added cost. And then there's food, that's an added cost. And all these things that you would not have incurred if you didn't book this convention that was beyond your budget. So what's the solution, Sam? Glad you asked. See, now we're talking. See, this is what I'm saying. We got a relationship building right here. You and me, we're on the same level. We're talking. All right, so here it is. All right, look, check it out. Stick to the local shows. Stick to the local shows that you can drive to, take the bus to, walk to, take the train to, an Uber to, whatever it is. Do the local shows where the tables are $50, $75, maybe $100. Do the smaller shows. Build your confidence. Get your feet wet. Build your conversation skills, because we all know as creatives we're a little quirky. And, we don't like to converse. We think that, I put in all this work on this. Just buy it, please. I don't want to have a conversation. Ugh. You have to. You have to. It is what it is. Stop messing around. Ooh, I almost slipped. Ooh, no bueno. No bueno. Cat, slap. What's it? Flag on the play. Flag on the play. So, I'm going to time out in a second. So, don't be silly. Get in the ring and get busy. Right? So, do those local shows that you can afford, that not going to break the bank, that you don't feel compelled to have all this other stuff. And as you build momentum and you start building an audience and you start working that confidence and you're getting a knack for that conversation, right? Because you're having conversations with, creatives are quirky, but so are comic fans, right? So, and it's also dominated by the male species, right? Don't come at me. But if you go to the conventions, if you look at the ratio, it's what? 3-2 now? Before it was like 5-1. Now it's about almost even. It's 3-2. So for every 2 females, there's 3 guys, right? So it's male dominated at the conventions that are shopping. But most of the time they have a list. I got a hit list. I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to go in, go out. I don't really want to talk, right? And so you have to somehow break that wall of your insecurity and your anxieties and the head junk and theirs. And then how do you do that? Find something to complement them. Find something that you have in common. Figure it out. But don't go breaking the bank when you're not prepared to. Because what's going to happen is it's going to mess with your confidence if you go and overspend and underperform. And you consistently do that, you're going to think it's you. No, it's your strategy. It's not you, it's your strategy. You shot high when you should have stayed low. Baby steps, little climbs, right? You start with the hill, right? And then you get a little more and go higher in the mountain range and go higher. You level off, you go higher. Take your time. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you work to get old. I can't avoid that. Anyway, that's my tip for you today. I hope you took something away from this. Don't bite off more you can chew. Be confident in what you produced. Go out there, have a table with just a blank canvas and your book, and then pitch the heck out of that book and have fun. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you have a comment, leave it below, right? Check out my art channel, The Art of Samuel, where there's a lot of art tips on Artist Alley and some behind-the-scenes videos and all that other stuff. And if you want to see more topics like this, hit me up. Again, leave the comments below. Subscribe, hit that like button. And don't forget to sign up for There's Nailing in My Toilet, book number 4. Gotcha. Coming to Kickstarter January 3rd. The 4th book, man. I'm not a fly-by-night. I've been here for a minute. Come and join me and let's have some fun. Sam the Crazy Man Barrett. This is the Crazy Until Last. You have a blessed day. Peace.